What is good, guys? It's your boy Ray J back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be doing a quick technical analysis of Tesla. I'm going to talk about the overall price movement and what happened today. I'm going to go over what the mainstream media is saying about Tesla as well and how that affected the share price. Then I'm going to give you my stock price prediction for Tesla for the near term and long term future, specifically for tomorrow as well. So my price prediction for tomorrow for Tesla. I'm also going to be talking about our other favorite company out there, and that's NIO, ticker symbol NIO. I'm going to talk about the overall price movement and technical analysis of NIO. I'm going to talk about what happened today and why NIO is up for the day as well. And I'm going to go over all of that good stuff. But before I get started, I have to mention two quick things. First of all, I'm not a financial, legal, or taxation expert, so don't take this as financial, legal, or taxation advice. Also, if you can, please smash that like button if you want to see more videos like this. Not only benefits me, but benefits the entire community as a whole. With that said and done, guys, let's get on with the video. So overall, Tesla is green for the day. We beat the $750 level of resistance just as I called for last week. I predicted it, I saw it coming, and it ended up happening. Now, I can't promise you it's going to stay here forever. It may drop a little bit, it may go even higher, but based off technical analysis, we can see interesting things that can be happening for Tesla, both the near term and long term. But looking at the overall price movement, we can see Tesla ended up closing at $752.92, up over 2.64% for the day, and it looked absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. I mean it, because we were low. We were very, very low at $739, and we went as high as $760.20 before we began to consolidate. And this consolidation ended up happening above the $750 range. That's huge, huge, huge news, because we're consolidating in a much, much higher level, which means Tesla's becoming comfortable there. So when Tesla becomes comfortable there, it means Tesla is having more and more support build up over there. So when Tesla has support there, that's a good sign for the overall price movement for the near term and long term future. I mean, look at the 5-day chart just right over here. You can see this beautiful run up over here to the $760 range before consolidation, closing at $752.90. So overall, we are up in the 5-day chart, and we did make a quite a significant move. And I mean, just looking at the Bollinger pattern right over here, absolutely significant. This movement right over here, that's just absolutely awesome for Tesla. And looking at the 1-day chart, this was as anticipated, because this was a simple technical breakout, just as we had anticipated, because Tesla was waiting and waiting and waiting to slingshot upwards. We can see the bullish cycle is here, and we are just doing so much better. So we were waiting for this moment. It finally came. And if anything, this is only the beginning. But before I go into specific details about Tesla, I'm going to talk about some good things that are out there regarding it. So there was a mainstream media article that came out, and it basically says that Tesla full self-driving beta software has leaked. So once again, that's not necessarily bad news. In fact, it's more good news in my eyes. Don't be fooled by it, because it says as of now, Tesla's full self-driving beta software is only being tested internally and as part of the automaker's easy access program, which includes some Tesla customers. It allows drivers to enter location in the navigation system and so on and so forth. But if anything, even though this has happened, it's not necessarily bad news, because I'm still confident for it in the long term future. But looking at the root access with Linux based systems like Tesla operating system as well, it generally refers to being able to log into some, say, the root account while being on the server. That allows people to just log in, put in their information, do whatever they need to do when going through the operating system. So that's absolutely awesome, because I think their new self-driving beta is coming out very soon. They did post a video where they were running the 8.2 version 8.2 of the full self-driving beta, and that's just okay, because people are saying like, oh, the software hasn't been released, so how are they driving it? And that's just okay, guys. Even though this has been happening, it's not necessarily something that concerns me, because Tesla obviously is patented. They have their patents, they have all the information out there. So even if it is leaked, it's not a bad thing, because Tesla is still a big brand. It still has massive potential. So this is nothing to be afraid of if things like this do happen, whether it is specifically true or not. But if anything, guys, it just does not matter. The fundamentals are still there. Tesla is still the leading electric car company in the world, and they still have massive potential. But there's some big piece of news I wanted to talk about, and that's the fact that right over here we can see that there is a man who basically tried to accuse Tesla of a Tesla running into him. There's a video of it. I'm not going to play it for you guys, because I want to keep this video very, very appropriate. But basically, the car stopped, and then the man basically just fell down, and he basically staged that he was being hit, even though that's not necessarily true. And how do we know this? Because there is a cam. Teslas have cameras, and the cameras pic showed that this man faked it. It was all over the news, all over all these mainstream sources. And basically, the guy called 911 to report that he was injured after being struck by an electric vehicle in a busy gas station parked out of New Orleans. And what ended up happening is, like I said before, they looked it up, they looked into it, they looked at the camera, and it was literally just staged. So the fact that people are doing this, they're just trying to spread all this FUD, all these lies, all these things out there about Tesla. This was even on Fox News, as you can see right over here. This is just absolutely unacceptable that people are doing this to Tesla as a company as a whole. Because if this was legit, they would just try to bring it down. They're just trying to bring the stock price down. They're trying to hurt the company. They're just trying to bash it, just like all these sources are doing. And despite that, Tesla could still have these beautiful, beautiful run ups just like this. It didn't just stair step its way up, it had a beautiful explosion. A stock going from 728 to 760 within just a week is absolutely crazy. It's Tesla, guys. Do not ever fall for the FUD. So, with that said and done, guys, I'm going to go on with my stock price prediction. I'm still bullish for Tesla. As you guys know, we did reach a high of $760.20 before consolidating in the $750 range, closing at $752.92. So overall, we are doing well, and I do think that Tesla has more room to like run up just a little bit. I do think it could maybe be a little bit down. It could drop to the low 749, 750, maybe around there. But if anything, I do predict something a little bit different. I think it still has more room to actually go a little bit higher. So we should see Tesla testing the 760 tomorrow, consolidating, maybe closing at 755, maybe 758 to 755, that range right over there. That's going to be really, really hot for Tesla because it is gaining support at the 750s and it's actually still stepping its way up. So with that prediction out of the way, let's get on with NEO. So overall, ticker symbol NIO is doing absolutely phenomenal. And why am I saying that? They are up only 0.55%. They had this beautiful run up to the $41.86 range before consolidating and closing a little bit on a downward trend, but still closing in the green, which is a good sign. They were up 0.55%, like I said, closing at $40.59. So that's really, really good for NEO. There were not many significant moves, as you can see from Bollinger Pattern over here. There were not too many significant moves like that, except for like the ending at 40.59, just a little bit, but it's not necessarily anything crazy. So it was a pretty okay day, but overall they are green. And there's one reason as to why they're green, because there was some good news that came out indirectly towards NEO, and that is the fact that some significant figure said something very, very good about auto sales in China. So for those of you who don't know, the man's name is Chi Guobin. Now I apologize if I said the name wrong, but basically he hosted the Chinese Automotive Technology and Research Center. It was in a conference that was hosted by him. And for those of you who don't know, like I said, his name is Chin Guobin. He's the Vice Minister of the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology of China. The man is a huge, huge, huge figure, and he hosted this conference. And he talked about how basically he's bullish for the EV market in China, how they're expected to actually grow. He did mention that it should grow 10% through August to today by over 16 million people. And compared to last year, and that is what ended up happening, China is still growing right now. And even though there are chip shortages, and obviously this was a tough year, but despite that, there's still good news coming because this is just a start. China is still increasing their position. So it's good news for NEO, which they did lower their outlook on vehicle deliveries for the third quarter of 2021 due to supply chain constraints, but they renewed a manufacturing agreement with a state-owned partner through 2024 to basically double their capacity. And they also have three new products to launch in 2022. And the fact that this man has said good news about how the EV market is exploding in China, that just makes me even more bullish. So overall, this is why NEO ended up closing in the green. This is why it had this beautiful run up. But you could see there is lots and lots of good news for NEO, both short term and long term. So even though this did happen, let me give you my price prediction. I personally think that it was on a downward trend, a bit of a downward trend, but it has really, really strong support around the 40 actually. So the $40 range is where it has that support, and overall, it's not going to look bad. I mean, just look at the 1 month chart. You can see this U-shaped recovery right over here. But look at the 5 day chart, and you can actually see it's slowly coming up and up and up and up. It basically exploded and is consolidating, and I think this consolidation will continue as it's forming this almost pennant like shape, which means NEO could be in for a breakout depending on the news, but I can't predict it perfectly as my predictions are just for fun, entertainment, and just what the viewers want. But for my prediction, I think NEO is going to have another run up tomorrow to around the 41.50, maybe around the 42. It'll consolidate here and there. It also depends on how other EV companies do, but if the news is just good enough, we should see it actually consolidate, maybe close around the 41 again. Once again, it's not as volatile as other EVs out there, but it's still going to do well. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the $41 range. And it could drop as low as the 40. So that's where I would say it would be in between. But my main prediction probably is around the 41, somewhere around there. So I'm still bullish for NEO in the long term future. So just like Tesla, I may have told you guys that Tesla should close around a little bit below 760 tomorrow. I did say that, but don't forget that this is a long-term play. Tesla's a long-term play just as NEO is. Just have to give these companies time, give them a couple of years, and these things are going to go through the moon. With that said and done, guys, I want to thank you so much for listening. These are long-term plays. We are intelligent investors, and this is not investing advice, as you know. This is all entertainment, but just know that we do not give up. We keep on pushing forward and we remain patient for NEO and Tesla. They are the future, they have the potential, and they are where we are putting our faith in. So thank you so much for listening, and I will definitely see you on the next one. Peace out.